Hello everyone, and welcome to a new playthrough of Eisenfaust Legacy. The following has been created to be an auditory and visual experience. It is recommended that you play with the best sound system you have available at moderately high volume. Thank you and enjoy. I like the credits. This is pretty neat. It's very ominous. I'm curious where they got this picture from, because I know the mutant one came from a different either Operation Body Count or Blakestone, I can't remember. But yeah, we're on version 1.05. I don't know if that matters. Read this. Welcome to Eisenfaust Legacy. Got a nice booklet. I think that looks pretty cool. The story. Dr. Nelder was eyeing the dissected mutant lying in front of him. It had never been... wow. It had been a few years since the incident, but Nelder had been cautious around mutants ever since that third hand grabbed his throat. Even though Schabbs made sure that none of them could ever be defiant, it didn't make him mistrust the mutants any less. These were soulless, brain-dead murder machines, but they serve our cause, which is greater than any being, he told himself. And with Schabbs around, he had felt a lot safer. But Schabbs was dead, assassinated by the Allies. His plans, however, had survived, and now it was up to Nelder to finish the work of his mentor. He had been well prepared, reading Schabbs' notes over and over again, not to mention that he had been Schabbs' protégé for many years. He had always been Operation Eisenfaust's Plan B. He took a deep breath and reached for the syringe. You have trained us well, my friend, and I do feel the slightest hint of fear, but any feelings of fear are trumped by that of glorious feeling of knowing that what we are about to do will ensure that we will win the war. Simon took a sip from his chalice, finishing up the last drop of wine his tongue might ever touch. To be honest, when you arrived, you told me the plan. I was sure you had gone mad, but I trusted you, as you are not only my friend but devoted to the same cause. Still, I did not believe it until I saw it for myself. It is truly a miracle. Simon had been friends with Herman Koch ever since they were little, but they had gone separate ways after Simon joined the Brotherhood. A short while after, Herman had enlisted for the army. They did write one another, but had not seen each other for several years until a couple of months back. Seeing his friend in a uniform, not just as a soldier, but as a leader of the paranormal division. Deep breath. Had surprised him. Oh my god, I should have taken a deep breath after that. And the plan had taken him aback even more. But after the demonstration, he was more than convinced. It was as if he had seen Lazarus rise from the grave himself. Get some sleep, Herman said. We have a big day ahead of us. William Joseph, B.J. Blazkowicz, knew what was coming. Meetings like this had been so frequent in his life in the past couple of years that he could almost fill the template himself. Nazis have done some shit, and they're sending me to clean it up. The tides were shifting in favor of the Allies, but the Nazis surely weren't giving up. In fact, they were becoming more and more desperate, clinging to mythical artifacts in order to shift the odds. Had you asked BJ 10 years ago, he would have said they were all crazy and that they shouldn't even bother sending an agent. But after what he had seen, the mutant camp, Schabbs, Operation Eisenfaust, he knew he could not underestimate them in any way. They were capable of horrendous things, no doubt, but they were also capable of grasping powers that should be beyond men's reach. Any doubts about the Spear of Destiny's power had dissolved after witnessing Schabbs' resurrected army of mutants. There had been many times where he would wake up at night and had to convince himself that what happened in the lair of the Angel of Death had all been a hallucination, but he couldn't close his eyes anymore to it. There are powers we do not understand, and the Nazis intended to use them. The boss was sitting behind his desk, on the edge of the burning light of a desk lamp. It half illuminated his face. Combined with his imposing body, it made him even more of an intimidating figure. He was no angel of death, and BJ wouldn't have been intimidated regardless. He possessed a certain recklessness, which some would define as fearless, and others would define him as being overconfident. It had sure gotten him into many bar fights, sure, but when in check, that quality also made him one of the best agents. The low, dark brown voice of the boss filled the office. Okay, I can't speak deep or anything like that. Reports have been coming in from our contact who lives in a village nearby Castle Hoffenheim. The activity around the castle has increased immensely. Naturally, this needs to be investigated. It might be something, or it might be a really expansive dinner party that lasted days. Hoffenheim is a relatively remote castle in that sense. I don't expect much of it, but we can't take that chance. There have been more reports of increased Nazi activity all around the world. I'm telling you, BJ, they're becoming crazier with every step we come closer to victory. They're digging up every sacred artifact they can think of in order to shift the tides. I just sent another agent over to Egypt. Apparently they're raiding every goddamn pyramid they can find. But that's not for you to worry about. As far as we know, there are no artifacts around Hoffenheim. Just an increase in Nazi activity in that area. So it might be nothing? Could be. I figured you could use a less intense mission after the last ones. Looking around a castle full of Nazis sure sounds less intense, sir. I don't care what you think, because I'm sending you regardless. You will meet with our contact in the village that's near the castle. Details will follow once you're on the plane. Okay, I need to drink water after reading all that. Okay. The world you play in Eisenfaust Legacy contains great depth and detail. As you explore, you'll come across many things you can interact with, so try to press the use key near objects or characters that look like ones that could be interactive, especially if other enemies are seen interacting with them. Okay, we got our basic controls. We have a knife, Luger, Carabiner 98, that's like a rifle, a Gewehr 43, and I guess that one allows you to snipe. Press V again if you have the Kar 98 as well to select. MP40, Sturmgewehr 44, which is, STG, yeah. I never actually heard the full name out aloud. So, Schrotflint, which I guess is their name for a shotgun, but it kind of makes it sound like it's like a dragon's breath fire, but it's just a shotgun. Flammenwerfer for the flamethrower, chain gun, Panzerschreck, rocket launcher, and MG42. So we got keys, we got med kits, syringes that inject antidote, wire cutters return, and we got our credits for Doomjedi, Ronwolf, Linuxwolf, Loser42, Wolf-Skevos Jones, and Tanner Helland for music. Cool, a lot of extra stuff. Look for us on ModDB. Batman vs. Bane, we played that. Batman Newman's None, we also played that. Eisenfaust Origins, we've also played that. We have not played South Extreme or Split Wolf. But with that long story done, I think I also, I changed strafe to Z and alt fire to X, I think. So I hope that doesn't screw up zoom or nothing, right? I think it said that it was like left click or right click, just to make sure. 2 firing modes. Press X for sniping mode. Oh, that was alternate attack. Okay, we're fine, because I can't press Alt in this game for strafing. It like detaches my mouse. It's kind of annoying. So I have to use Z, which is unfortunate, but it's close enough to the Alt button, so let's just hope it doesn't screw me over when I'm playing and I forget. Okay, debriefing. Your contact is located in the tavern of the village. He will bring you up to date on the activity around the castle Hoffenheim, but first you need to get into the village. A wall has been put around it in order to protect the villagers from the soldiers. You need to acquire the key, which a farmer named Boris possesses. Find him first, and then head into the town and find the contact. Every time I think of the name Boris, I think of Boris and Doris. There we go. From, oh god, what's that? It's an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Okay, so right out of the gate, I love the sunset. It works with the Wolf 3D palette. Look at that dithering, man. And this bird. See, I pressed Alt. Alt still strafes. Okay, so we got one treasure. I thought. Nope, that was a clip. So we want to wander around. I don't know if I like the green shading. It just looks... It reminds me of being poisoned from Batman. But maybe it's trying to have some kind of a weird haze. But we can talk to these guys. How can I gain access to the village? Don't know. I gotta be careful when I move the mouse right, it exits out. It does that for intro text as well. So we can't access any of these doors. This is a very, very simple level. Nothing here at the moment. But we want to go to this guy here, I believe. BJ, welcome. The key is hidden behind the wall in the right corner of this barn. So you can find your contact. Oh, he doesn't hiss. Okay, so there's our first and only secret. Grab the silver key. Too bad we didn't see it. Makes it tough to know what they actually look like, but we will find it at some point. We got a bunch of pigs making bacon. Alright, so we got one tome already for treasure, and with it being 20%, that means we have a couple more like that. Only 5. This guy's not going to say anything. Do you know? I heard you meet Boris. Oh, I guess he does tell me something useful. Most of the people don't tell you anything useful. Most of them just want to be left alone. But we got some rifles. We got a crab load of trees in this forest and a tome. Oops, I need to go around the tree. That should give us 60%. And it's just easy to scope around. There's really no enemies in this level. That's why it gives you a flat 100%. Does it look different? Kind of looks like the shadowing on it is much... Yeah, look at the shadowing on kill ratio. It's offset to the right, and the other ones are not. I thought maybe it was doing that just because of this level's got some special circumstances. There we go. Okay, those are all our tomes. Nothing else here. This guy, he's like, I don't like you. So, okay, all these doors are locked by a different key. So, the best way to identify these two style keys, this one here is gold key, but this one here is our silver key. So we got everything already, and that's it for the level. Whole whopping 3 minutes of exciting gameplay. A lot of shooting, a lot of weapons, whole lot of nothing. So, with that being said, nice intro, short intro, like kind of getting you into the level, just to introduce you to, like, I don't know, everything feels a little different than Eisenfaust Origins. Origins felt more Wolf 3D like. This one adds a little bit different of a feel to it. I don't know, like enemies shoot you a little differently. It's something I haven't gotten used to yet. But it probably is much closer to the Green Arrow experience I had years ago versus the Batmans and the Eisenfaust Origins. And I know there's a lot of crazy stuff in this game, and I haven't actually played through it myself. I've only ever seen Blaine's play it through it, so we're going to see how I approach the situations, probably a lot less tactfully, because I'm just kind of a, oh shit, let's go kind of person, but you guys will see in the next episode, so enjoy.